All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for starting up the new week with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning, coming off one of the warmest October weekends you could probably reasonably expect.
It was pretty incredible.
Might get even warmer today?
Yeah. But we're not done yet. I just checked the numbers. The highs that we're going to get today are more in line with what we'd see August 29th.
Okay. So
Really?
2 months.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, I think I even impressed Erica. That never happened.
Oh, God.
She's like, what? Exactly. Yeah, still warm and record potential today. Lower 80s for your highs after a fantastic weekend. The quiet pattern continues. It will feel like October eventually. We'll talk about that in the 7-day coming up. Looking good on the satellite radar picture. We got nothing coming, nothing to worry about, nothing other than the heat. Out of the gate, 37, 38, 39, your lowest numbers on the board. We have 42 right now in the capital city. New Haven clocking in at 44, and I'm sorry, Chester, you lying. You're not at 50. No. Sorry. 44 now. Look at this. 80 degrees later on as the kids get off the bus. Parents, they're going to be in shorts. Accept it. It's okay today. Coming up, when October will feel like October, we'll have that in the 7-day coming up. 6:01. She's never lying.
No.
Never. She always honest.
Always truthful.
Exactly. Good morning, Rachel Piscatelli.
Good morning, Matt. Here at 6:02, we are following 2 crashes at the moment. First one over in Farmington. This is involving one vehicle on 84 near Route 72, exit 3. So crash between 37 and 36. Right lane is blocked this morning on that westbound side. We also have a closure to tell you about in Rocky Hill this morning. Route 99 near Grimes Road and West Street is closed, and that is due to an earlier crash that involved poles and wires that are now down on the roads, and utility crews are out there cleaning up. We'll have more details on your drive times coming up in the next 15 minutes. Tim and Erica, back to you.
All right,
Rachel, thank you. 6:02 right now, and early voting in Connecticut starts today.
Yeah, it's the first time Connecticut voters have the option to cast their vote ahead of Election Day.
Fox 61's Kaylee Collins is live in Hartford at City Hall with what you need to know before heading to the polls.
Erica, Tim, yes, this is the first time that Connecticut voters will be able to cast their early in-person vote, joining several other states in doing so as of today. Voters can cast their bid for the general election now through November 3rd, with hours running from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. each day, with the exception of October 29th and the 31st, which offers early voting from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Now, every town will have at least one in-person early voting location. It's important to note, though, that location is probably not the same spot where you normally go to cast your ballot. You can check with your city or town or head to the state's election website to find your early voting location. Connecticut became the 47th state to adopt early voting after an amendment was made to the state constitution in 2022. State leaders have emphasized the importance of early voting, with Senator Chris Murphy calling this reform long overdue. Others point to the convenience it offers, improving voter turnout.
It's not a new concept. It's certainly new to Connecticut.
We wanted to give families the opportunity to balance their work and family and professional commitments.
Definitely a convenient option for voters. Now, these early votes will not be counted until Election Day. That's Tuesday, November 5th this year, and Governor Lamont himself will be casting an in-person early vote later today in Greenwich. For more information on the early voting information, you can head to our website, fox61.com. Reporting live in Hartford this morning, Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Kaylee, thank you for that report. We appreciate it.
6:04 now, and Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz visited Connecticut last night. He attended a reception in Greenwich to raise money for the Harris Victory Fund. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to people at 2 churches in the Atlanta area yesterday. Her visit was part of the Souls to the Polls initiative, led by the National Advisory Board of Black Faith Leaders. It's meant to encourage early voting. Harris shared this message at the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest.
Our country is at a crossroads, and where we go from here is up to us, as Americans and as people of faith. And now we ask a question. question, what kind of country do we want to live in? A country of chaos, fear, and hate, or a country of freedom, compassion, and justice?
She also visited the Divine Faith Ministries International in Jonesboro. Stevie Wonder led the crowd in singing his version of Happy Birthday to the Vice President. She celebrated her 60th on Sunday.
Former President Donald Trump suited up for a shift at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania, where he worked the fry station and greeted customers at a drive-thru. Employees showed Trump how to safely get those fries out of the hot oil, and then in the drive-thru window, he held an impromptu news conference.
Look how happy everybody is. They're happy because they want hope. They need hope, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to give much more than hope.
Trump also accused Vice President Harris of lying about working at McDonald's. She said she worked as a fry cook and a cashier at a McDonald's while in college. Fox 61 will have more coverage as we count down to Election Day on our news app and on our website.
All new this morning, Wethersfield firefighters were battling a brush fire. Firefighters say it happened in the woods at the Cedar Hill Cemetery. Crews responded at about 2 o'clock this morning. They had to go deep into the woods, so crews used a UTV to get there and then put out the fire. Well, 2 people were hurt after a car crashed into a business in Sellington. Well, fire crews say it happened, at the Sisters Nail Salon Spa on West Street. The salon shared this surveillance video here with us. You can see that car go over the curb and into the entrance. Now here's a look at just some of the damage after. You can see the front of the salon is smashed in and ripped apart. No word on what led up to the crash. State police are asking for your help to find an armed robber. Take a look at this surveillance video here we have for you here. Photo from the 7-Eleven on Route 66 in Columbia. Police say one man pointed a revolver at the clerk and demanded cash and cigarettes. State police say the suspect possibly drove away in a dark-colored SUV. If you have any information, please contact State Police Troop K.
And now that early voting has started, Southbury needs its town hall building for that. So the FEMA Disaster Recovery Center there has moved to a temporary location. It's now at Sacred Heart Catholic Church on Main Street South. If you need help applying for federal aid, that location will be open until Wednesday, November 7th. Or 17th, and the deadline to apply is November 19th. Governor Ned Lamont said the state is partnering with several major banks and credit unions to help flood victims. His office said homeowners, renters, and business owners can get some fees waived and get their loan details and payment plans changed to save them some money. Lamont is scheduled to talk about the plan today in Seymour. Well, it is Teen Driving Safety Week, and all you parents out there, experts said you should remind your kids often about all the rules of the road that they learned during driver's ed.
Yeah, advocates say you should be doing this way before you hand over the keys. Now, according to the Connecticut Transportation Research Safety Center, teen driver deaths and serious crashes more than doubled between 2018 and 2022. State officials are also reminding parents to be aware of the restrictions for 16 and 17-year-old drivers. All this time next week, trains are going to be back in service on the Metro North Waterbury branch. Next Monday is going to be the first time that the train will run in that area since the catastrophic flooding damaged the rail line. Passengers have been using buses instead. The state is going to test the trains on the tracks before the service resumes.
Connecticut now has more funding for a project to reconfigure a major interchange on I91. The state got a $125 million grant for phase 3 of its project to rebuild the I91, I691, and Route 15 interchanges in Meriden. Work is underway now to add more lanes to exit ramps, add an additional travel lane to I91 North, and all of that is hopefully to reduce the weaving that is sometimes necessary for people to get from 91 to 15 and vice versa. The project is expected to be done by the year 2030.
Well, we're just 38 days away now from the Manchester Road Race, and a world-famous runner announced her entry into this year's race.
Yeah, the Road Race Committee said Edna Kiplagat will compete once again. She won the women's race in 2019 and did it at the age of 40. That made her the oldest athlete to ever win the Manchester Road Race. Kiplagat is also a 2-time winner of the Boston Marathon, and she's won marathons in New York, Los Angeles, and London. As of this morning, just over 6,200 runners have registered For those who can't compete in person, though, there will be a virtual road race option once again this year. That was first introduced in 2020 when the pandemic forced the on-site race to be canceled. The fee to register for the virtual race is $30. And Fox 61 is a proud media sponsor of the Manchester Road Race. We will bring it to you live Thanksgiving morning.
Well, Israel just launched more airstrikes in Lebanon.
Yeah, and military officials say this is just the beginning. We'll tell you what group specifically they are targeting.
Plus, we've got a closer look at efforts to save species from the planet, from all around the planet, from becoming extinct.
Also, a potential breakthrough in the Boeing machinists' strike. We'll tell you what the union and the plane maker have agreed on and the next steps that are needed to make it a reality.